family. Thank you very much. Y'all have a seat. Thanks very much. Hey, back at you. Thanks so much. That's really nice of you, and I can't thank you enough. I really look forward to coming to work. This morning I woke up and I thought I can't wait to go to work. That's a good feeling. I can't wait to see you, and it started me thinking about our relationship, which is what it is. It's a relationship now, you know, you and I, and it's I feel that it's serious. You've met my mother, and you know, so that's important. I think it's a good relationship personally. I know that it's a little one-sided because I do all the talking, but no one ever said life was fair. You know, that's why we have bouncers. But I make you laugh, and that's important. And you make me laugh sometimes. You kooky kooks, and it's fun, you know. I mean, but it's been 9 months. That's all. So we're still in the honeymoon period, you know. So. Remember that, okay? You can see how you're happy and clapping. It's just still all fresh and new, you know? Because all the things that you do that annoy me, I still find cute. You know? When you change the channel when I'm talking, you know, or start vacuuming during the show, I'm not gonna like that later. But, you know, really, so it's great right now, and I'm bathing in all the happiness and the glory, but we're going to get to the part where we're going to take each other for granted, and we're going to get bored, and we'll discover new things that we didn't know about each other. It's like, you don't like paintballing? Who are you? You know? And then there's ups and downs of every relationship, and it's important to remember what we have in common, what brought us together in the first place, and that's TV. And because you watch it, and I'm on it. So, and we'll always have Tony in common. That's what we have. But it's true. I mean, you know, everybody, we can look at differences, but we all have things in common. Like, we all like to have fun. We all like to wear underwear inside out because the tag irritates our skin. But we're bound to have differences, you know? Like, I say tomato, you say tomato, but let's not call the whole thing off, you know? Because I don't like when I hear that people are so judgmental. There are people that are so quick to judge, and we're not like that, you and I, and that's why I like you. And because it's easy to see things black and white, especially if you have an old TV, but there are gray areas, you know, and you always have to remember there are gray areas, and I like gray areas. That's why I live in LA with the gray air. And someone asked me the other day, they said, really seriously, Ellen, what do we have in common? And I said, well, I guess I'm going to have to quote Dolly Parton, who was here yesterday. We're islands in the stream. That is what we are. No one in between. Or even Sister Sledge, who says, we are family. And of course, there's Hanson, bop. Doobie-doo, doop, bop. Ooh, bop. Doobie-doo, doop, bop. Yeah, yeah. And then there's what I always say, and that's let's dance. That's when it's, you know, also that's important in a relationship that you dance well together. And I think we dance very well together. Because that's always awkward when you're trying to dance and you go this way and the other person, and then it's just, it's a disaster.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah. How's it going, Tony?
It's going well. Missed my family a bit, but I got this family here.
This is the family.
Yeah.
How's everything? Is everything okay with your family?
Everything's okay with them.
Good.
Yes, everything's going nice and smoothly.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
But we are your family. You know that.
I know this
And you're
much.
our family.
Yes, and it's good
Can
to
you
be
loan me
part of
some
it.
money? No. All right. Hey, Tony.
Yes.
What a show.
Wow, I'm excited.
I am too.
It's a big one.
Yes. Glenn Close is here. She's a fantastic actress. She's in a new movie on Showtime called The Lion and Winter with Patrick Stewart, and also on the show, you remember him from Conan, I know. Andy Richter is on the show. He's got a new show, I think it's on Fox, isn't it on Fox, called The Quintuplets. And I've been trying to get her on the show since we started. As soon as we started, I said, I want Angie Stone on the show, and she's here today. She's great. Her new CD is called Stone Love. If you don't know who Angie Stone is, I'm happy to introduce you to her because she is so, oh, she's good. Yes, she is. Oh, today's big finish. Today, do you want today's big finish? Do you want today's big finish? You can't handle today's big finish. I scared myself. Okay, let's do the rip raffle. Let's get somebody in here. All right? Bustani, Kelly Bustani. You're welcome. It's good to have you here.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
I'm glad you brought a little jacket. You're going to be cold.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's chilly.
It's very chilly here. You're, of course, with our friend RJ and then Jonathan right there.
Oh.
Yeah, isn't that sweet? Adorable. Yeah. All right. And Kelly, here's the menu. We have today's the house specialties. We have a fruit platter, meat cheese tray, pastry selection of beverages. We have water, Red Bull, hot cocoa.
Oh, definitely hot cocoa, please.
Oh, I'm not your waitress. I'm just telling you. Somebody will take your order. The person you're supposed to slip a 22. But anyway, all right, so that's, where do you live, Kelly?
Anaheim Hills,
California.
California.
And what do you do?
I'm a high school photography teacher.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, good for you.
Thank
all
you.
right.
Thank you.
So you teach people how to take pictures of high schools?
No. I teach high school students to do something like that, yes.
Oh, okay, great. All right, well, welcome and have a seat. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Okay,
wow.
That's great. All right, hey, just an update. Actually, they just went on today at noon, I believe, or yesterday at noon. I decided to auction off. I have too many tennis shoes, I decided. So I auctioned off. We're starting with 10. We'll see how it goes if anybody wants them. If not, then I won't do any more. But there's 10 pair of tennis shoes that I've worn on the show. Some only once, but they've never left the studio. They've never been... and I assume that they're good to work out in. I never have. I've just stood in them. But anyway, it's a 7-day auction, and log onto our website, and all the proceeds go to the Amanda Foundation, which is a no-kill animal shelter that I support. And all right. And just in case you're curious, I'm an 8.5. Well, my feet are an 8.5. I'm a 10. Yeah. Oh, you should see me in cornrows. All right. All right, so RJ, remember the guy that I just showed you his picture? He's a huge fan. He sent me his own picture, and he's a huge, huge fan, and autographed it to Helen. Did you get there to Helen D? There it is, right there. So he sent, and we had mentioned it that he's, and so now he sends a letter addressing this. Try to follow along. Dear Mr. Generous, I wanted to take a few minutes to apologize to you. Earlier, I mailed a letter and an autographed picture to my not paying attention to the spelling of your first name. I really goofed. I had put Helen instead of Ellen. I'd be more than happy to send you another autographed picture. This time, it would be an 8x10. I just wanted to admit to my mistake, which in the future, I'll certainly be more careful and pay attention to what I'm doing. Be sure to take care of yourself. You hear? R. Janes. All right, great. So he's going to, yes, if you're watching, RJ, I would love an 8x10. And since I don't need this anymore, if you don't mind, you have Helen D. And if I just add a E-A-R, it looks like Helen Deer. And then I'll send it to Helen Hunt. Okay? Then we all win. It's a win-win. Okay, the other day Simon Cowell was on, and he comes out here and immediately starts criticizing the audience, which is not fair and not right. And because, you know, the audience dances before the show starts, and we watch in our dressing rooms before we come out. And he came out and, well, look what he said.
White men can't dance. Oh, my God.
Oh, so I want to prove him wrong. And I mean, you know, some white men can't dance, but that's just a generalization, which is not right. So let me show you some of these in the audience so far. This was the other day. All right. This guy. It's the evolution of dancing right there. That is the future of dancing right there. There he is. Wore his dad's suit, and then favoring his left side. That's his best side, obviously. Wow, that's when you're happy, when you make that. Certainly another way to dance. And then I liked him so much, I ended up dancing over to him during the opening of the show. And watch the moves that he decides to give me when I turn around. He has some shoulder thing that happens. Yeah. All right, so that was from the other day, and there were some good ones today too. So you'll see yourself soon. All right, hey, don't go away. Glenn Close is going to be here right after this. We'll be right back. That really is a catchy song. Our first guest is a 5-time Academy Award nominee and a 3-time Tony Award winner. Her movies include The World According to Garp, 101 Dalmatians, and of course, her bone-chilling turn in Fatal Attraction. Take a look. Please welcome the incredible Glenn Close.
Whoa, 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 she's a lady.
I don't know too many people that he plays that for. That's a big compliment that he came out to. She's a lady.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and you are a lady. And that movie, do you ever it was one of the greatest movie characters ever. Do you ever look at it and catch it on TV and just get scared of yourself?
No, it's really funny. That scene was the most difficult scene for me to shoot.
Really? Why?
I couldn't get it. We shut down, the set. We asked people to leave. We rehearsed it. We cut a few lines. I think it was because I felt so vulnerable and so exposed in that teddy. I wasn't used to it. It was very, very vulnerable, and it was just very difficult. And I think also I was feeling what the character was feeling.
Well, then you became her because, which is scary.
I know, I don't get a lot of dates.
Yeah. Yeah, that really is that I had forgotten how scary it was until I just saw it again today. So
I loved her, though. I really did. I did a lot of research about that character and a lot of secrets about her that people don't know.
Oh, really? Mm. Don't tell us. Now, so there's a DVD coming out, and were there 2 endings originally shot
Oh, yes.
for this?
Well, originally, when I read the script, it was a seamless black comedy. I mean, not comedy. No, that's Stepford Wives.
Yeah, yeah. I was looking for the humor just now when you said that.
No, it's really kind of a film noir in that I killed myself, and his fingerprints were on the knife, and he went to jail.
Oh, that was one of the endings.
He should have been in jail, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
But it was so upsetting to the audiences, and they tested it, and it was kind of a landmark thing for Hollywood, because the testing turned the movie around 180 degrees, and they came back to me 6 months later and said, we're going to change the ending. And I said, you're joking. They wanted to make her into a psychopath, and they did, and they killed me off. They gave the audience my blood, and it made them feel that there was hope for the family, and, you know.
Wow. Well, then, the good way to look at that is you're a good actress. That they believed you. But I did it, the same thing. I did a movie called Goodbye Lover, and we shot one ending where I was killed, and 6 months later they came back to me and they said, the audience doesn't want you to die. We have to reshoot it where you don't die at the end. So it was the opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
We reshot that final ending. We were kicked out of the studio that we had in New York, and we went to the Unitarian Church in Bedford, New York, and the bathtub scene where I'm blown away with liver bits, you know, coming out of the wall was in the basement of a Unitarian church. I kept saying, do they know what we're doing down here?
Right. They do now. Now, was there a talk of a sequel of that or no?
Well, actually, my nanny came up with a great idea, and I took it all the way to Sherry Lansing. And they didn't, I mean, they don't want to tamper with it. Because how would you bring her back? She'd have to have a twin, right?
Yes, that's exactly how.
Yeah.
It happens every day.
They did. They didn't want to deal with a twin.
Yeah. Well, and well, you really have been in some of my favorite movies, but that upset me because you're not anything the rabbit scene, the bunny rabbit scene is just horrible to even think about, and I don't even want to mention it. But you're a huge animal lover like I am.
Huge.
And you did something that I envy. You went to Africa on a safari.
Yes, a riding safari.
A riding.
With my daughter, who was 12 at the time.
Yeah, but this is what's not a riding in a car, which is what you should be doing, riding in a car. You were riding on horses.
On horseback, yeah.
Okay. What do animals eat in Africa?
They eat other animals and sometimes humans.
Right, so you're riding on an animal that's running, which is what they go after.
Well, we were told when we went, you have to be a good enough rider to stay on. Because you don't want to be scared by something and fall off.
Right.
And it actually happened to us. It was my birthday, I'll never forget it. We were in the savannah, rolling beautiful, like the Garden of Eden, and we had just watched a herd of elephants and mothers and babies, and we all were in a line because our leader never wanted like the trail, all leading, nose to tail, so we were all kind of spread out. And I heard this shouting, and we were moving camp, which means we had 7 hours of very kind of rigorous riding, and I thought, uh-oh, somebody's fallen off or something terrible's happened. And I looked back, and we were all kind of gathered, and I turned my horse around, and there was a lioness that far away. Literally, what, 20 feet away. And she was like this. And she wasn't like, I'm scared, I'm going to get out of here. It was like, who am I going to attack now? And I thought, this is elemental. Somebody could get seriously hurt.
Yes.
And our leader didn't have any kind of gun, so he had this big riding whip, and he started cracking the whip and and yelling. And the lioness kind of decided that maybe it wasn't a good time, and she kind of slunk away. But I found out later that she had been chasing my daughter's horse. And my daughter was crying, and she doesn't cry easily, and she said it was chasing her horse. So, excuse me. Luckily, I didn't see that.
Oh my God, that's horrible.
Yeah.
That's the
It
scariest.
was exciting. It was amazing. It was actually great. Because then I said to Andy, but just think what you've just experienced.
Yeah. And that's what you said to your daughter?
Yeah.
Just think how exciting that was, honey. Don't cry. Wow. Well, I envy that experience, but we have to take a break. We'll be back after this. Back with Glenn Close. Now, did you have a toothache or what was going on right there? It's so good, and you're so amazing in everything, but it's a love story. You can't tell that from looking at that clip, but it is a love story,
well,
right?
I think ultimately it is, in that it's two people, two towering figures in the 12th century who would find nobody like each other. I mean, they were made for each other. They were an incredible match, and yet because they were so you know, powerful and so ambitious, and so it was, you know, a lot of water went under the bridge in that marriage.
Uh-huh.
And of course, it was his fault.
Yeah. He had all those other affairs.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then so did you, maybe.
Well, I don't think I had as many as he did.
Uh-huh.
No, he fell in love with Rosamund, and it's historically correct. I did a lot of reading, and I'm still reading about that time in history because I'm so fascinated by it. But when he fell in love with Rosamund, it changed the landscape of their marriage. But it's a phenomenal story, phenomenal, and it's so beautifully written. It's extremely entertaining. You're laughing one minute and
Yeah, it's very clever, very witty.
yeah, very.
Yeah. It's
And beautiful sons. I had nice boys.
Yes, very nice boys.
Yeah.
So I didn't realize this. I did a little research myself on you, and one of my favorite movies is World According to Garp, and I didn't know that was your first film.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That was your first film. You were so
It
good.
was.
And Big Chill, you were in, which is you're in.
It was my second film.
Oh, really? Wow. And now. And so, and now, what's next? What are you working on? You said Stepford Wives.
Stepford Wives is coming out this summer, and a wonderful company worked on it pretty much all of last year. And I haven't seen it. I just hope it's as entertaining as I...
And who's in it?
Nicole Kidman and Matthew Broderick are one couple. Chris Walken and I are another couple. Faith Hill and Bette Midler and John Lovitz are a couple.
Wow.
And
Wait, that was three people just now.
Roger Bart, who is so brilliant, in the producers, and David Marshall Grant are the gay couple who come to Stepford.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's going to be great. When's that coming out?
June 11th.
Good. You look like you just picked that date. June 11th.
It's kind of back.
Yeah.
I think it's June 11th, yeah.
All right. Well, The Lion and Winter premieres Sunday, May 23rd at 7:30 on Showtime. Look for Glenn and the Stepford Wives in theaters. It is June 11th. You're absolutely right. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back right after this. You know our next guest from his 7 years on Late Night with Conan O'Brien. Since then, he's appeared in such movies as Elf and New York Minute. His new series, The Quintuplets, premieres June 16th on Fox. Please welcome Andy Richter. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
The blood must have settled in their legs. That could be the only reason they stood up.
No. They love you.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
It's nice to be loved. Hello.
Yes. Hey, you look great.
Thank you very much.
You look really good.
I have that just back from vacation look.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
How long?
Just about 4 days in Puerto Vallarta, which was our first time in Mexico, because we've only lived on the West Coast for a couple of years now. And a few years back, I made the great decision to quit a steady job and move across the country. And the vacation sort of stopped for a while there. And so we went to Mexico, which was absolutely beautiful and hilarious. The beach there is just, to me, was hilarious because I've been places where people try and sell you stuff on the beach.
Yeah, they're all over the place.
There, it's like pretty intense.
Yeah.
And they'll sell you everything.
Yeah.
I mean, some things I can't mention on daytime. And then.
No, really?
Yeah. Yes. And.
Well, now I'm curious.
Well, a guy tried to he listed some things that that I can't list on daytime. And I said no to all of them.
Were they drugs?
Yes.
Oh.
And then at the end, and my wife and son are frolicking in the surf as he's offering me these. And I go,
Right.
Sure, bring it on. And then
They'll be busy for a few hours anyway. What do you got?
But he goes through the list of these, and then I said no to everything, and he goes, well, how about sunglasses? Like, well, all right, okay.
Yeah.
So, I know to all narcotics, but.
See, he was hoping the sunglasses would hide your eyes if you had taken the other stuff.
The drugs are just a lead-in to the real kicker,
Yeah.
which is
You'll
the
need some sunglasses, right?
Yeah.
That was an afterthought
That's
for
what
him.
makes his real. Well, what's also great is people are parasailing. Like the sky is full of parasailers
Like this,
there.
back and forth?
Yes, like this, back and forth as you sit there. And the same guy that will sell you T-shirts or sunglasses or a party boat or fishing also straps you into a thing that shoots you 15 stories into the air.
Yes.
And you're supposed to Okay, yeah. Woo-hoo-hoo, you know?
Did you do it?
No.
Yeah, no.
No.
I've always thought that would be really fun to do, but that's
Yeah.
my fear too. Like they're the same guys that just were trying to sell you a scarf.
I would only be able to do it if it was like part of a NASA expedition. Like if it was scientists that showed me their college diplomas to strap me into something like that.
Right.
You know?
Yeah,
I'm not a big risk
Those
taker.
are out-of-work scientists that are pulling boats around in Puerto Vallarta.
See, that's why I'm
Yeah.
not worried about ever
Yeah.
having to parasail.
In some Clinique outfit that they just left from Nordstrom's or something.
That's right.
I was a
That's
scientist
right.
at one point. So, are you able to like lay still and do stuff like that on vacation? Can you relax easily?
It takes a couple of days.
Yeah.
It takes a couple of days to, get over the, like, I am trying to relax.
Yeah. Right.
I'm reading.
Yeah.
But after that, I can
You
actually
should
do
have bought
it.
those drugs after all. if that's how
I
you
got,
are.
yeah.
Yeah.
The doctor gives me some for
Yeah,
that problem.
okay. So, and you went with your wife and
son.
and how old is he now? I met
He's
him.
3.5. Yeah, you met him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I meet him? Or was he
yeah.
born yet?
No, we bumped into each other at a Chinese restaurant.
Uh-huh.
You were getting takeout. We were sitting
Yes.
down.
Yes.
You were in a bathrobe.
Yes.
Wine stains.
Yes. That's right. I remember it now. Barely. But
Yeah, he was there, I think. But that was a couple of years ago. So he's like a grown-up
He's
boy
3?
now. 3.5.
oh
Yeah.
my God. And what's that? Was that? Is that a relaxing vacation, or was it fun to be on the beach, or was he?
It's once we realized that we were bound at the resort, that we went to town once, and town was hot and lots of traffic for him to run into, and then lots of stores with little things for him to break.
Yeah,
so we
sure.
just decided, let's stay at the hotel.
Right. This is him. What's his name?
William.
William. Oh, he's adorable.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That's from the album cover.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of an alt folk kind
Yeah.
of thing that he's doing.
Alt folk.
Yeah.
So now, is he adorable? Is he trouble? Is he what you thought?
Well, people don't tell you that the terrible twos last about 2.5 years. And he's really big into huge dramatic fits over nothing. And, but we're now kind of, my wife and I are sort of immune to it. And people will come over to the house, like relatives will stay with us, and he'll want to eat candy at 9 o'clock in the morning, and no, you can't have candy. And he lays on the floor screaming, and we just sort of go about our business, reading the paper, eating breakfast. And after 10 minutes of it, the person that's there will be like, shouldn't you do something about...
Yeah.
About what? Oh, that?
Yeah.
that car alarm we've gotten
Yeah.
used to? No.
Yeah.
There's,
Is that what happens? You start getting a filter system, because I notice it all the time. Maybe if you have kids, you don't hear it. But
Yeah, no, you don't.
Yeah.
And well, at home it's one thing, but sometimes when we're out, that's when we have to be aware of our filter, because he'll be going on, and you can see people around us kind of
Right.
starting to get irritated and like,
Yeah.
what? Oh, the screaming
Yeah.
kid. Sorry.
Yeah. Right.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. But he's adorable, so you
Thanks.
put up with it probably.
Yeah. If he was ugly, forget it.
Yeah, that's it. All right. We have to take a break. We'll be back right after this. That's Andy Richter. So the show is about you and your wife have quintuplets.
Quintuplets. Those were my children, my TV children, which is terrifying to me.
Yeah, they're all how old?
15 is what they're supposed to be on the show.
And you're supposed to be how
They're
old?
all actually like 40.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they can do the stuff they can do with collagen. It's
Yeah.
unbelievable. They're supposed to be 15, which I cannot fathom. Like 15-year-olds sort of seem to me like, my friends' younger siblings still. And because
Yeah.
the math works out. I'm 37. Yeah, I'm 22. I could have 15-year-old kids, but when I think of myself at 22, having 5 kids,
right.
I just, I would be dead.
Yeah.
I'd just be dead by now.
Well, a lot of these
Somehow,
people.
yeah.
I mean, I can barely feed my cats and still handle things. I can't imagine having a kid and being able to do stuff for yourself.
I know.
So,
You don't. There wouldn't be any yourself.
Yeah.
Not for, 17, 18 years.
right.
there
Well,
wouldn't be.
you're 60, you can start living.
That's right.
Yeah. Once they're
That's
all grown
right.
and gone away.
What
all right.
a
So,
deal.
and you were you a good? Would you be a these kids? I imagine it's a sitcom, so they're getting into trouble.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Are they ever?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Was I a troublemaker
Yes,
like
were you?
that? I was more just a smart mouth. You know,
you?
I was too chicken to do anything to actually get in trouble. But I spent a lot of time out in the hallway. You know, just
In trouble?
at school. Yeah, because.
What's this? I have little pictures here, and this.
What?
Why would you? Were you selling butter? What's this?
Oh my gosh.
What's that?
That's a genuine TV surprise, people.
Is that serious? Is that real?
That's me. I was prom king.
Oh.
I was prom king, and that crown is a ricotta cheese tub, which you don't find out until you're king, and then you're starting to put it on. And at first it's the smell that tips you off. And then,
Look at this. Do you know?
oh wow!
Yeah.
Look at that.
Look at that. All kinds of credits.
Yeah, look at that.
Library club.
Is there really library club?
Yeah, speech
I guess,
team.
Yeah, was a way to get out of study hall.
Graduation usher. Wow. They were looking for stuff to write down. Yeah. Inseam is a 32. I mean, like. All right. Hey, the new show is Andy's new show is The Quintuplets, and it premieres Wednesday, June 16th at 8:30 on Fox. Angie Stone was going to perform after this. You don't want to miss her. I want to thank my guests, Glenn Close and Andy Richter, and now for our big finish, once again, Angie Stone, everybody.